Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. Today I wanted to talk about a very controversial topic in FIFA, and that is scripting or DDA or momentum, whatever you want to call it. Does it exist in the game? And for any of you guys who are new to FIFA or haven't heard about it, DDA stands for Dynamic Difficulty Adjustment, and what that means, it basically adjusts the game to make it harder or easier for you based on your ability level. And probably the easiest example for me to relate to anybody who's ever played a game like Mario Kart, that is a game that has it in there, but they don't really try to hide it. If you're in first place in Mario Kart and you get a item box, it's going to be like a green shell or a coin. But if you're in last place in Mario Kart, you're going to get a bullet bill or a star or an infinite mushroom, something like that. So they kind of, it's kind of called rubber banding as well, where it just kind of keeps the game level. It doesn't allow someone to get too far ahead or too far behind. So kind of keeps everything level. And basically what happened a year or two ago, something like that, some people found that EA actually have a patent on DDA in the game. But EA has come out and said that they do not have that patent in the game. But to my understanding, they've never come out and said that scripting or momentum or anything like that is not in the game at all. They could have, but even if they did, I wouldn't believe them. But anyways, I was filming this video. I'm working on unlocking 94 Bruno Fernandes. And the very last thing you have to do is score a goal with Bruno Fernandes in 8 separate rivals wins. And I'm on 7 of 8. I'm on my very last objective for Bruno Fernandes. And I had this match against a pretty tough opponent. Let me show you guys his team. Let me bring that up real quick. So this is the opponent I was going against. And notice they have 87 Ferland Mendy. And also notice that 87 Ferland Mendy has an engine chemistry style. So that'll come into play later. An engine chemistry style boosts passing, boosts dribbling, and boosts your pace. And my opponent made one change. He took Karim Benzema off and brought on Team of the Season Ben Yedder. So a very serious team. He was a solid player, a strong player at high level of division rivals. So just wanted to show you that to know what we were going up against. So what happened early, we gave up 1 goal to Messi. No big deal. This is Team of the Season Messi, but just let me show you what happened here. So he's dribbling in with his Mendy, and I'm pretty sure on that Mendy you need to cross. So I kind of knew what my opponent was going to do, that they were going to go for a cross. So if you pause it right here, I'm not worried about the cross coming in at all. And this one right here, I'm not even talking anything about scripting. To me, this is more just bad gameplay. We'll get to the scripting stuff in just a second. I'm just kind of setting everything up right here just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So he crosses the ball with Mendy. My Militao is right there, but then my Militao just clears out of the way, allows Messi to tap it in off the cross. So, kind of a crappy goal to concede. I would chalk that one up more to poor game design than necessarily scripting. What I do want to point out on this one, though, take a look back at the midfield. If you look about in the middle of the screen, there is my Fabinho, and a little bit below that is my Luka Modric. I'm playing a 4-2-3-1. Those are my 2 CDMs. So take a look at Fabinho and Luka Modric, and what I want you to notice is look how they run back on defense. Watch what they do here. This is what was like in the 27th minute, in the first half, not in a time where you would be expecting to see scripting or expecting to see something like that. But I just want you to watch. You can see my back 4 there. Then you can see Fabinho and Luka Modric. So I just want you to watch how they recognize this run. You can kind of see Neymar, or my opponent has 2 players. I believe Ben Yedder as well is coming up there. But Fabinho is sprinting back. Modric is sprinting back. They're getting back on defense. And just to show you again, Fabinho and Modric, both of them just, recognize a runner. They sprint back with them. I mean, they're not in a great position by any means, but they are running back into position, sprinting back. So that will come into play in a little bit as well. So just want to show you what's going on there. We gave up that early goal. Again, kind of a crappy goal. But like I said, I chalked that one up to poor game design. So then we end up coming back, and maybe if you want to say this is scripting here, I don't know. Maybe I had the script for a little bit. I had the momentum. We get this through ball from Bruno Fernandes up to Lucas Moura. I don't feel like that was anything egregious or anything. It was a nice pass through, good opportunity. Then we get this goal here with Bruno, and he just kind of turns. Now, my Bruno has a sniper on him. He has near maxed out shooting stats, and this has been a pretty effective way to score in FIFA 20. This just kind of near post, blasting it on. So at this point, I am on top of the world. I am 2-1 up in the 80th minute. Just scored with my Bruno. I just need to see the match out to get get the win. And then Bruno, 94 Bruno, is finally unlocked, and we're over with for him. So then what happens? As you guys can see, and I'll just also say these aren't even the most egregious examples of this I've ever seen in my life. It just happened to me recently while I was filming a video, so I thought, let's talk about it. Let's see what's going on. So again, as I pointed out earlier, he has that Ferland Mendy with 87 Ferland Mendy with an engine chemistry style, so no boost to shooting. So what I want you to see here, he passes in with his Sancho, gets through to his Mendy. So I can kind of tell that he is working it to his left foot. I am honestly not even concerned at this point. He's winding up for the shot. I was a little more concerned about if he was going to make that pass down low. I was hoping my Militao could kind of get over there, but he just loads up this shot, blast it through off the crossbar and into the goal. So let's just watch this on the replay here. So this is Ferland Mendy with no boost, a left back. Rifles that one in. And, just wanted to show you guys, here are Ferland Mendy's shooting stats. And you can see here, finishing of 71, which finishing is actually inside the box. So we're talking about long shots. So long shots are 73, shot power is 78. He had no boost to his stats, to his shooting stats there, and able to just rifle that one in from outside of the box very late in the game while he is down a goal. So that one just really, and at that point, once I gave up that goal, I was a little bit shell-shocked. It's just, and FIFA is very mental, so it's like if you're not mentally into the game, you're just not prepared to play properly. So again, just Mendy just rifles that up there, and honestly, I even thought Ramos could have got out there to it, just rifles it in off the top of the crossbar, bounces in. So pretty crazy. So then after that, like I said, I was just kind of shell-shocked after giving up that goal. I thought I was finally done grinding for 94 Bruno, give up that goal to Mendy. So I don't necessarily play this all that well, but I do want to point out a couple things. Now, I think we all know in the 45th minute, 90th minute, 120th minute, more goals seem to fly in. So once my opponent got into this position, I knew what was coming. Again, like I said, I was not into it mentally, so I probably didn't even defend it all that great. But I do want to point out a couple things, kind of the anatomy of a FIFA goal here. So look at it from this position here. If you look at what my opponent has going on, at this point, he's basically dribbling with Sancho. I have Sergio Ramos running with him. We even have Ferland Mendy right there. They could kind of even just try to box him out, just kind of dominate the ball off of him. Ramos has a lot of pace. He's going to run with anybody, so I'm not super worried about it at this point. He has one other guy up top, but we have Militao on him. We have Carvajal up top. But one thing I want you to look at Perisic more like in the middle of your screen, and you can see he is surrounded by Fabinho and Luka Modric, my two CDMs. So watch what happens with Perisic here. So I'm running with Ramos. Now watch how Perisic, you see at this, where we pause it right here, Perisic is running by Fabinho and Modric. Both of them are just watching him. Both of them are just jogging. We're talking, again, what are we in the 90th minute? It feels like our defenders should be programmed. Okay, well, we've got to get back. We're not likely to counter back out right now. We've got to defend. So then I'm just running with Ramos. You can see Modric starts getting a little giddy up to a step. Fabinho still just kind of jogging. I bite a little bit right here on this just little turn from Sancho, but I feel like I was still in a decent spot, but I just did not drift far enough back. So again, not great defending by me, but then it just allows just this pass where no one at all ran with Perisic. So now Perisic wide open right in front of the goal, and you guys know what's going to happen, just buries it right there. So again, when you pause it from here, Fabinho and Modric are both, and Modric should be able to see, if you just want to talk about vision or whatever's going on there, Modric should be able to see what Perisic is doing, and he does, run slightly, but way late, and Perisic is just able to get by everyone. Now, what's interesting, though, if you look at, say, Carvajal at the very top, he does mark his man. So it's interesting, what is going on, what is causing them to mark who. I don't understand exactly what would cause that there, but it's just kind of interesting, you know, when I slowed it down to watch this, you know, exactly what was going on. And again, I take full responsibility for this. I could have easily defended it better with Sergio Ramos. But when I was doing the video, I even said, when I gave up that goal to the Ferland Mendy, I even said something like, I'm just shell-shocked right now. You know, my head's not in it. So, you know, I kind of knew what was coming. It just, you just kind of know in FIFA. So anyway, I'm running with him. You know, I should have just ran with him a little bit more. I kind of felt like he was going to stop there a little bit. Did not track it back far enough. But my main point is, why in the 90th minute are both Fabinho and Modric not even tracking the runner? You know, I'm not asking them to slide back in and to maybe intercept that pass, but maybe if they were in a position where then I could switch to them. But at this point right here, there's basically, we've went from a 2-on-4, you know, at worst, my opponent has 4 attackers and we've got 6 defenders. Then it turns into basically a 3-on-2 from our 4v6, it turns into a 3v2. So it's just like, it's interesting just how that happens, just kind of the anatomy of this FIFA goal right here to allow this all to happen, to ultimately get to this point where Perisic wide open in front of the net, able to bury it in the 90th minute. And that's, you know, that's just ended up what happening. But anyways, I just wanted to share my experience with this today. As I said, it wouldn't even be the most egregious example I've seen of this, but it just happened recently and wanted to talk about it. Let me know down below what you think about it all. If you think it's in the game, if you think it's in our brains, or what's going on. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Please make sure to give me a big thumbs up and follow me on Twitter, but I'll see you guys soon. Bye.